folks, how's it going? Hey, John41, well, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know, we're streaming. Hi. Okay, so, how's it going, everyone? What are you guys up to? Hold on. Epic says, oh, just making PCG core book pocket guide. Yes. Awesome. Oh. Oh, wait, is it working? Oh, hey, check it out. Check it out. What's this? What's this over here? I guess it's like over here. Oh, like that's chat. Can you guys see what you guys are saying? That's you guys. You can see what you guys are saying now. Huh, but how do I There's supposed to also be, I'm supposed to also be able to pin your messages, but I am not sure how to make that happen. Let me see, hold on. Let's see, dashboard, sorry, I like, the problem is I couldn't really completely set this up without starting the stream first, because, like, I can't test it without people chatting. So now that you are here, this is the first time I'm seeing that this is working, so I wanted to make sure this is happening. Let's see what chat is saying. You guys are flooding the chat with soup? Well, I disapprove, because soup is not tasty. Flood his room with soup? No, don't flood the room with soup. Flood the room with non-soup. No. No soup. No soup. No. I want to see what you think of the PCG commercial. I thought it was awesome. Yeah, so hold on, let me actually add this to the other scenes as well, so that I can, like, switch to this, but I can keep the chat box. And the highlight text. Browser, highlight text, okay. So highlight text is here. Let's make this, oh, I guess this can be, let's just put this over here so it'll overlay the actual chat. But yeah, let's check out Epic's let's check out Epic's trailer. Let's see. It's on your Epic Underworlds channel, right? Videos. Yeah, okay. The World of Paper Computing. Oh, 210 views.
There exists a game where anyone can create anything. A game where everyone can build off of anyone's ideas in a collective effort to build a massive shared universe.
That's right.
A game that is simple yet engaging. It's built around the community. It is a game where anything you make matters, where the customizations are endless, the limits are next to none. A RPG that is more than just an RPG. It's a whole world to explore with deep history and unbelievable futures. Help us build this dreamscape and become part of something amazing. Paper Computer Games. Join the Discord to discover the fascinating world of wonder.
I'm sold. I'm gonna join the Discord. I'm gonna become part of the Paper Computer Games universe. Turn up your mic a bit, Zach. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, I can't change the settings. Advanced audio properties. There we go. Is that better or worse? That looks like that should be better. Is that too loud now? Well, 5 people joined the Discord after that. Oh, heck yeah. Go Epic. That's awesome. This video's at 210 views, you guys. Let's get to 300. Everyone just, like, watch this video nonstop. And don't just, like, click it and then click away. Watch all 49 seconds of it, everyone. Like, let's just break the algorithm. Your new vid got almost 1K. I know. I was so surprised. I did not see that coming. Like, the video about Kurt's PCG. Dang, 928 videos. Still quiet. Still quiet. Is it better or not better at all? Dang. Let's see. Mic. Let's turn that up to 5 decibels. That should be higher. Is that higher? That should be. That looks like it's higher. Tell me if that's higher. It's better now? Okay, good. That is what I like to hear. I should probably put in my headphones so it doesn't get echoey if I listen to anything. That would be a smart thing to do. How's it going? Zach should play solo sagas. Cough, cough. Should I? Solo sagas RPG? Perhaps. Hey, how's it going? But I can't like see, the problem I'm having is that I'm supposed to be able to. Malkinator says Zach needs to play solo sagas. Cough, cough. I do? Zach needs to play solo sagas? Okay, so, like, see, look, the problem that I'm having is that this is the thing that. This is the dashboard, right? So, in theory. In theory, I should be able to pin something from here. Wait, all widgets. The widget that I'm using is this one, chat highlight. So, how do I actually like pin a message? I am very confused. Let's Epic is gonna run me broke with all these books. I know, right? I'm gonna lose all my money. Even though I just got a raise at work, woo! So I guess I can afford PCG books now. Let me I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if it like how to get it to work, and see if ChatGPT knows something that I do not. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Greetings, ChatGPT. I hope you understand that you're live on my Paper Computer Games live stream right now. So, you know, there's a lot of people waiting for your response. But yeah, anyway, so my question for you today is, so basically, I am trying to use the Stream Highlight widget from Streamlabs in like OBS Studio, and the problem that I'm having is like I got it all set up and everything, but I just don't know how to actually dang it.
Hello.
Wait. Hold on, copy. Sorry, I didn't finish my question. My question was, I don't know how to set up... I don't know how to actually pin a message. Could you help me out with that?
Of course. To pin a message using the Stream Highlight widget in OBS Studio, follow these steps. 1. First, make sure your Stream Highlight widget is correctly added to your OBS scene. 2. Then, open your Streamlabs dashboard in a web browser. 3. In Streamlabs, go to the widget settings. There should be an option for managing highlights or pinned messages. Or from there, you can select and pin messages. This might be done manually during your stream. Remember, the exact steps can vary slightly depending on the version of Streamlabs and OBS you're using. If these steps don't match your setup, let me know and we can troubleshoot further.
Yeah, but like, where in the dashboard do I go to find that?
To find the Stream Highlight widget settings in the Streamlabs dashboard, you'll typically follow these steps. 1. Log into your Streamlabs account. 2. On the left-hand side, you'll see a menu. Look for the Widgets section. 3. In the Widgets menu, find and select Stream Highlight. 4. This should open the specific settings for the Stream Highlight widget, where you can manage highlights or pin messages. If it's not immediately visible, it might be under a section like All Widgets or similar. Each version of Streamlabs might organize these.
Nope, I'm not seeing it. I guess it doesn't... There has to be a way, though! I'm so confused. Okay, what's chat saying? W Zach. Oh, thank you guys. Yo, Zach's on the race. Heck yeah, thank you guys. W Zach's existence. Oh man, you guys are too kind. Zach is a hard worker. That's why I respect him so much. Thanks so much, dude. Stop hitting the like button and start hitting the PCG grind or Solo Saga's grind. I'll try. Still haven't reached my goal of working for 36 hours a day? Well, that's more hours than there are in a day. That's like my entire work week. I mean, technically I work 40 hours, but still. Um, Epic says, yeah, Bonk worked 50 hours a day. I don't know, that might be a bit much. Just a bit. Yeah, I am so confused. There has to, like, why would they let you embed this in OBS if you can't do anything with it? If it doesn't. Wait, can I interact? No. Why not? Epic Bonkenator says my sleep will be only 1 blink a day. Epic says Zach is the type of guy to work so long that it's not even in the granny timeline. Oh man, I wouldn't go that far. Bonkenator says I need to start making PCGs again. Yeah, seriously, totally. What does the launch do? Okay, yeah, go for it. Oh, you have to press the launch button. Is that what I have to do? Or is this just not gonna work? I don't know. This is looking suspiciously like it's not doing anything. Be nice if it would work. Bonkinator says I would just wish my printer would scan colors correctly because I have a colored PCG that I never posted. What about a smartphone? Because if you like set it up nicely, so if you have like good lighting, you can take really good pictures of your PCG with a smartphone. Like that's what I've been doing for all my PCGs. Pardon me. I don't even use scanners anymore. Scanners are so 2012, man. If I try again, is it gonna launch? What? I am so confused. Like what the heck? You know what I'm saying? Can I interact with this? Zach, how much have you made off the PCG shop? I mean, not much. We could check out the stats if you like. Let's see. So these are my earnings. But like, you have to keep in mind that like, but this is in the month to date. We should change this to year to date. And wait, what? I said year to date. And it's still month to date. What the heck? Okay, well, you have to bear in mind that, like, for most products, like, basically any of it. Why so many tabs, Zach? Because I suck at closing tabs. Every now and then I get ambitious and I'll close a few of them, and then I'll forget about it. Epic says, I don't think PCGs could be a full-time job because right now, but I think they could be in a few years. I mean, yeah, I think like it takes time to build this stuff up, but I think it's I think it's possible right now. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, the problem is, like, to start a business, you just need a big investment. Like, any business, when you're starting a new business, you just need to invest a lot of time and money. And sometimes you can get that money in different ways, either if you just have the money, or if you take a large loan out from a bank, or if you, get money from whoever. Like, if you are willing to, like, I'm not recommending this, by the way. I just want to be very clear. I'm not saying you should do this right now. I'm just saying that, if you're saying it's not possible, I do think it's possible to have a PCG thing right now. It's just a matter of, like, it's a big risk, and it takes a big, like, it's very challenging. If I really wanted to, if I was really, really confident, I could start a PCG business, like, right, well, I mean, I guess technically I have started a PCG business, but, like, vastly expand the PCG business very quickly. I would just have to put a lot of money into it. And that is something I could do, It's just I'm sort of playing it safe by, like, sort of slowly building it up. I guess the problem with that is that, like, I mean, it's not really building. I don't know. Or at least very, very slowly. I feel like, you guys are buying a lot more merch than ever before. Like, if we go sort by total, see, yeah, look at all these orders that have real money in them. That's a bunch. But see, remember, like, each one of these orders, I make, like, exactly $1 off of it, more or less. Because most of it goes to, like, the physical production of the thing. And the only things on the PCG shop that, the only things that are on the PCG shop that are free are these PCGs, but they're free, so I don't make any money off of them, which is fine. I mean, that's really the real reason the PCG shop exists, is for you guys to have a place to post PCGs, and for me to have a place to post PCGs. But, like, this merch stuff is just kind of cool, and it's, like, I think it's a good opportunity. And I think this is actually a good, like, business thing that could build up in the future. But, yeah. I mean, point is, yeah, I just went off on 3 different tangents. I was saying that you guys have been buying a lot more than ever before, but they're just, the amount of you guys is not really growing that much. Like, basically, like, we'll get some new people to join, but then some old people kind of fall off. We'll get some old people to come back, but then some new people fall off. And it's sort of like, it just sort of, like, recycles. It feels like, and I could be wrong, like, I don't really have super consistent or reliable statistics on this. It's not really possible to. But it's like, it feels like it's sort of staying at a sort of like a baseline level, right? Like, of about the same amount of people involved with PCGs at any given time. And it sort of has highs and lows throughout the year. But if you were to take the whole thing and average it, I feel like that trend line is staying the same. So, I mean, I think for it to grow, what it would need is, like, basically a large advertising campaign. Like, I think it need, like, my assessment of this as a thing is that I do think paper computer games have a lot of appeal. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be into it, and neither would I. And for that reason, so I think there is something worth marketing there. But, like, I think that it just needs it would require a large infusion of money in terms of advertising. Like, I'd even be like television ads, you know, like TV ads, and not just ads that we make. I would say, like, I don't know, like maybe even hire a professional to like make a commercial and then put it on TV, like run it during programs that are similar enough to paper computer games. Like, I feel like that's what it would take. I don't know. Anyway, I'm ignoring chat. I apologize. Let's see what everyone has been saying. I have lo-fi figs. Yeah, totally. Let's see. Bonkinator says it's hard to market and sell PCGs as you can't really sell starter kits easily since PCGs are so simple. I mean, you have to think, like, you don't have to actually sell, like, PCGs necessarily. Like, the actual paper computer games. And I don't even think you need to sell a starter kit. I'm like, not that there's anything wrong with selling a starter kit. Epic is doing that, and I think that's fine. But I don't think that's, like, necessary the way it would be for a starter kit of Magic the Gathering or whatever. Because, yeah, like you're saying, paper computer games are super simple. But, like, I think the business model we have here on the PCG shop is a good one. Basically, my idea is that... Oh, man, you guys are still not seeing this. I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Basically, I think this business model we have here is a good one, where the paper computer games themselves are mostly free, and that means this part, the paper computer games, can stay as something fun for everyone to share. They're free. You don't have to pay for them, and that makes it a lot more accessible. But then we have the merch section, where there's merch that you do pay money for, and there's like books like Shogun Chronicles and PCG Chronology, and those you do pay money for. I think this as a business model would work really, really well, because it has something like the free portion, the PCGs themselves, which is, you know, this is a very non-traditional business model, right? Like, you would never see DC Comics producing all their comics and then giving them away for free, right? You would never see that in a million years. But I think it's a good business model, actually, because these all being free is a really, really, really strong hook to get more people involved in the universe. And then the merchandising, like, people want to buy merchandise of a thing when they're invested in the universe, right? Like, if you're a DC fan, you want to buy DC merch. If you're a Star Trek fan, you want to buy Star Trek merch. And I think this would be a good business. This is lacking only one thing. Exactly one thing, and that is numbers. That is the amount of people. Yeah, like, I think if you got just, like, a lot more people into paper computer games, this could get really, really big. This could get really, really big. Because, like, some small portion of whatever new people you add are going to be, like, as into it as Epic is, for example. And then they're going to get all their friends into it. And they're going to make their own PCG clubs or whatever they're going to do. And if, like... Yeah, like, maybe that's like 1 in every 200 people are going to be like Epic. But if you get 5,000 new people involved, that's a whole lot of people who are as into it as Epic. And then they are going to spread this idea on their own. And then this is going to get really big really fast. Can you hold on a second? Be right back. Sorry, phone call. That was Via. She says hi. But yeah, let's see. What is everyone saying? Okay, Bonkonator says, and selling materials for PCGs wouldn't work either since it requires paper and a pencil. Yeah, true. But yeah, like, again, like, all you really have to do is merchandise. I mean, like, I don't think this idea is going to be, like, as big as DC because, or, like, Marvel or Star Trek or just any of those major media franchises. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Like, just selling merch for, say, Star Trek is huge. Even if you don't sell the comic books and sell the books and sell the DVD. If you all you sell is merch, that is still a ton of money. That's enormous. So yeah. But yeah. Zach, let's test your Shogun knowledge. What is the last page in the Shogun Chronicles? I'm not up to it yet. I haven't gotten there yet. I kind of want to do it on stream still. Wiseau says, I feel like the trend line is very slowly going up. Yeah, I hope you're right. It's like sometimes it certainly feels like that, but then I feel like maybe I'm crazy. So I don't know. It is very hard to tell. Epic says, PCG creator cycle. Join, learn, make a few games, make some vids, delete vids, throw out vids, and ghost everyone. Yeah, pretty much. So true. I think advanced PCGs could be big too. Yeah, I think a lot of things could be big. There's so many great ideas in the community. Advanced PCGs is a great idea to market to, or not market. Like I'm thinking entirely business, but this isn't just marketing. This is also us just having fun with this, right? So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like a lot of these ideas, like each one of these ideas that you come up with, like a new form of PCGs that appeals to a group of people that you wouldn't otherwise reach, would be huge. I think the problem is just we just don't have enough people in the base yet. If you did, then that would make these things grow. If you had enough people that are in the PCG community, then a small percentage of those, maybe like, let's say 10%, right? Or yeah, let's say 10%, would be the kind of people who you can advertise something like advanced PCGs to. Because those are the people who are into and familiar with regular classic RPGs and are looking for something more similar to that. I don't think the whole PCG community is going to be like that. A lot of people aren't into that. Maybe they'll like the simple gameplay like appeals to them in particular, whereas they never got into D&D. I don't know what percentage it's going to be, but let's say it's 10%. So like, you know, if you have like maybe 50 people in the community, then 10% of that is like less than one person. But if you have 5,000 people in the community, then 10% is suddenly a lot of people. And those people who are interested in it, they're going to be playing it, they're going to be making their own additions to it, and they're going to be getting new people who are in their circles into it as well. So, yeah, I think, like, it really is a numbers game. You just need more people, and that's it. Wiseau says PCGs need to become the greatest industry in the U.S. and other countries, too. Heck yeah, I'm in favor. Bonkonator says, except for the epic cycle, which consists of join, learn, create, make a million good quality vids, create. Yeah! I like that cycle. HMB says, no, yo, sorry I'm late, no exact stream. Oh, hey, HMB, how's it going? Let's see. Liza says, epic cycle is join, create, times 561. Focus on a different thing, come back, create, times 561, repeat. Yup! Bonkonator says, my biggest challenge when making a PCG is I can't figure out how to make my PCGs different. They all feel the same, and it really is hard for me to make something new. That sucks. That's kind of hard to answer. I mean, in my case, like, I started out, like, when I first started making PCGs, I was just telling, like, the initial plan was it was all going to be one series. It was going to be following one character and was going to go through the adventures of that character. Each game was going to follow that. And the plan was every, like, few games I would diverge from that and go somewhere else. It could be, like, it would probably be, like, I think the original plan was it was going to be mostly, like, spin-offs of those original things. Like, I think, like, The Last of the Zerelta was like that, right? Because, like, the original idea was that it would be, like, in the previous game, The Evil League of Evilness, Pierre and Arya are crashing on this planet. And then the next game, The Last of the Zerelta, is, like, showing you what happened on that planet 1,000 years ago. So it was initially supposed to be, like, part of that main story, but, like, going away from the main characters you've been with to show you something else important happening adjacent to that story. It's like The Last of the Zerelta was the story of Ginkis 1,000 years before the events of the main game. Point is, I think that was a good starting point for me, because, like, starting with something regular and then finding little ways to vary from that, like, what's it, like, I'm doing something regular, staying with these characters, but then every few games I'll be like, who's this character on the side that was introduced in this game? What's the deal with this planet? And then come back to the main story. And after doing that for, like, basically 3 games, I just got totally seduced by making more and more PCGs that are totally off the main story. And, I've just been going all over the place ever since. And I've actually kind of, like, hit the end of the road with that. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should go back to actually trying to make a regular series, honestly. But anyway, I think that's might be a thing to try, if that's helpful. But yeah, HB says, bro, the second Ed joined the stream, Zach started ranting. Yeah, that's what I do. Sorry if my rants are bad. He still hasn't stopped. I know. I apologize. I don't though. I'm probably gonna rant some more, depending on what you guys like. If you guys give me things to rant about, like, then ranting is gonna happen. Fair warning. But yeah. Why is this? He's been on a rant for a while. True. He's calling the PCG corporate headquarters. We should copy the company's business model. Just mind control everyone. Now there's some creative thinking. I like this. Wiseau says he's calling this his advisor to present to us the first PCG televised ad. Heck yeah. Guys, stop typing. It'll take forever to Zach to read our messages. No, don't stop typing. Oh, man. Wiseau says, yeah, let's copy the company's business model while we're delusional, totalitarian mind controlling overlords of our puny employees. Yep. Oh, hey, Via. How's it going? I didn't realize you were here. Epic says Zach should read it on stream. Wait, I should read what on stream? Zach went on a rant that went on for way too long. Now he's way behind on chat. Yeah, story of my life. Via says, PCG Advance sounds like Game Boy Advance. It does. That's what I think of. Wiseau says, we should make a PCG saga called Bro Skull to appeal to 10-year-olds. Hey, man. Might work. Via says, bro, the PCGs already appeal to 10-year-olds. HMB says they appealed to me when I was 9 years old. Hey. True. I'm recently starting to realize how long I've been in the PCG community for. Oh, dang. I've been in the PCG Discord for almost 3 years and watched Zach for like 4. Wow, that is wild to think about. It's also kind of sad to see a lot of the OGs leaving or not being active. Yeah, that is sad. Yeah, who do we used to have? I mean, I mean, Yak isn't really active that much anymore. He is still working on some stuff with me a little bit, but like not too much. And there used to be Anstarry, and Yak and Anstarry would always fight with each other in chat. And there was oh my gosh, well, Flamespot, but Flamespot still pops up every once in a while. Who was that guy from the Philippines? That was with the really good art. That was shoot. I'm drawing a blank. Flays. Yeah, that's who it was. Flays. Oh my goodness. Jack says, "Chat, is this real?" No, this is all in your imagination. Woo. Wizo says, PCGs in the 90s were The Epic Adventures of Zack and Friends, and in 2024, it's Exilius is a descendant of Kohan's fifth cousin who is an ancestor of Genghis. Try to keep up. So true. So true. HMB says, dude, Zach, stop ranting. You're way behind on chat. Am I, though? Am I though? Epic says, Zach's rants are like beautiful college lectures. I learned so much. You should read the Shogun Chronicles. Ah, true. Wait, you mean I should read it right now? Oh, wait. Wiseau says, me anticipating a rant because someone made a semi-interesting message. Epic says, what's the story with radioactive paper computer games? Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, that was like the very first ever devoted PCG channel. It made like one PCG video and then stopped. But yeah, because I think it was like radioactive paper games, and then he changed to radioactive computer. No, he made a second channel which was radioactive computer games. I think he said later on that that he like got bullied at school for liking paper games or whatever and had to stop. I don't know, that which is very unfortunate. HMB says, Zach's rants teach me more than school does. Haha, thanks, dude. But yeah, I am, you know, whatchamacallit? Man, how do people get bullied for PCGs? That's the stupidest thing ever. Seriously. Why is this a Zach should rant about the evolutionary tree of every living organism in the history of Earth? Okay. What do you want to know about the evolutionary tree of the history of every living thing on Earth? Because, you know, it's one big evolutionary tree, right? Let's evolutionary tree of everything. There's a really good image of this. Or I guess there's a bunch of really good images of this, but like, can I see the image, please? Dang it. There we go. Yeah. So you've got this one thing branching out into like a bajillion. Oh, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. There we go. Yeah. So you've got like the origin of life, and then it all just spreads out into 50 bajillion different directions, like common ancestors branching out again and again and again. You've got the amphibians splitting off from the fish, and then the reptiles splitting off from the amphibians, and the birds splitting off from, you know, that stuff, and the mammals. So you thought I wasn't going to rant about it, but there I did. Behold. I guess this isn't really a rant. This is just me, like, showing it to you, really, I guess. But, you know, whatever. What you gonna do? Anyway, when someone bullies you, bully them back. Yeah. Epic says, I mean, people say mean things, but I just give them the shadow look or the slurm stare. Wise was like, wait, no. I awaken the inferno within. Oh, no. Well, that's a good question. Well, Zuvak evolved from the Nazi machine. That's just like canonically confirmed. Right? This guy, this is Zuvak's ancestor. This is canonically confirmed. Oh yeah, Umbrian pride. That's true too. That is true too. That's another one of his sort of ancestors. Pride being this guy, this sort of like ancient version of Zuvak from the beginning of time. Although Zuvak being like non-biological, I don't know if this is exactly the same kind of evolution, but you know, hey. No, but seriously, Epic, some dude was trash talking me while playing soccer, so I called him something super mean later in the day in front of everyone, and he ran away crying. He never trash talked since. Oh man. Yikes. You should do PCG trivia? Huh. Epic says I usually just stay silent in school and just do PCGs. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Let us, I don't know. Via says bad, Epic. School is for schoolwork. I don't know. I'm with Epic on this one. I am Epic says all my PCG friends are gone too. So now I've got to rely on my PCG virtual club. That sucks. What happened to all your PCG friends? HMB says, now there's just awkward silence because he can't rant anymore. I know, you guys aren't giving me anything to rant about. Wizo says, are you smarter than an 8-ball? Wait, what? Did I turn off chat box? There we go. The PCG Trivia Game Show, hosted by Zach Rezatelny. No bad influence, Zach. Well, I don't know, Via. You might force me to go on a rant. I mean, on the one hand, you're right. I probably shouldn't be encouraging people not to do their schoolwork, cause like I don't want to ruin everybody's lives, you know. And it like a lot of the time, like depending on what your situation is, if you don't really do your schoolwork, your parents and everyone around you can really crack down on you hard. I've seen some parents crack down really hard for kids not doing schoolwork. And I don't want to cause that to happen to you guys. And, you know, it like, I guess it can make a difference in terms of, like, your future success. I don't really think, like, I don't really believe that you have to, like, oh my God, if you fail this test, then you fail the grade. And if you fail the grade, then you can't get a job. like I don't really believe that line of thinking. Where if you fail your class, or like if you're not doing great in your classes right now, that you can't succeed in life later. I don't think the two things are necessarily related, because I skipped all of school. I skipped primary school, I skipped high school, I skipped the whole thing. I was homeschooled. In fact, I was unschooled. I didn't do any school. There was no school for me whatsoever. And I was fine, right? I have a full-time job doing something I enjoy right now. So, I personally am the guy who is I do not believe that you can't succeed if you don't do well in your grades. So that's why I'm not super worried about it. But secondly, the other piece of this is that I personally have always felt that you being able to follow your own creativity and your own ideas and your own what your imagination is about, I have long felt that is more important than like almost anything. And I'm not saying this as someone who doesn't like learning. I love learning. And I am very interested in everything in the world. I am interested in, I'm somebody who enjoys math. And by the way, when I was a kid, I could not do math for my life, but I like doing math. I like history. I like science. Obviously astrophysics. I work in a planetarium. I like politics. I like, just all sorts of big topics, and learning about all those things is absolutely fascinating, and it's great, and it makes your mind grow. But that being said, learning about it in the school way, where they make you sort of sit down, where they sort of force you to learn it, when you're a kid or when you're a teenager, whatever your age, really any time in your life, your mind kind of wants to go where it wants to go when it wants to go there. When you get curious about something, that's when you want to explore the topic. And, especially when you're a kid, I don't feel that you should, that your natural desire, because here's the thing, kids are filled with curiosity. You are incessantly curious. You can't help but be curious about all sorts of things. But it's school says no, those things you're curious about, put that to the side. You're going to learn what I say you're going to learn. I think that is just fundamentally the wrong philosophy, because in my experience, I just personally feel that people and kids are great at learning if you just follow their curiosity where it wants to go. And Epic, right now, your curiosity is in PCGs. That's where your mind wants to go. That's where your imagination is at this particular moment in time. And maybe a year from now, maybe that'll change. Maybe you'll find something else that you're even more into than PCGs. I don't know. Maybe you'll follow PCGs into RPGs, into D&D. Maybe from D&D you'll get into... Who knows? Life is weird. It takes us on a million different paths. But the point is, I feel like that's how your imagination grows, by following sort of the trail of your curiosity, of your desires to learn things. Yeah. Anyway, rant over. Let's catch up with chat. Epic says, no, I just quickly do all my schoolwork and then do PCGs the rest of the time. Excellent. I ranted for nothing. But yeah, I mean, that is obviously the best approach. I am not saying you shouldn't do schoolwork. If you're in school, you probably should. But yeah, I don't know. Epic says, well, my PCG friends stopped liking PCGs. Most of them got girlfriends. Gotcha. Alright, I'll call you Eldritch because I'm oh wait, is Nailgun Eldritch? Oh shoot, I did not realize that. Oh, okay. Anyway, why is this? Did someone delete my threat towards Eldritch? Uh-oh. There's a threat towards Eldritch. Epic says, yeah, I never get worried about school. I'm become a multimillionaire with PCG, so what's the stress? I appreciate the confidence. Neil Gunn says, why? So it's probably a YouTube chat auto mod? Yeah, probably. Via says, that's different, being homeschooled and going to school. But then again, you aren't telling them you did go to college. That's true. But college is different because college is, number one, it's something that you go to, like, unlike high school and, like, primary school, you have a little bit more, like, at least in theory, you have a little bit more choice on whether you want to go there and which one you want to go to. Whereas if you're like 5 years old, you don't have a choice. Your parents just say you're going to school, so you're going to school. That's it, you know? If you're 12, you don't have a choice, you know? But like when you go to college, that's a little bit different. I did go to college, but it's like, you know, it was very much my choice. My parents, like, made, you know, I did not feel like I had to go if I didn't want to. My parents encouraged me to try it, so I tried it, and I liked it. But, you know, I think an experience like that can be good. Like, I think it was better at that time in my life when I was sort of, like, mentally ready for it. You know, when, you know, I had spent a whole, like, childhood and teenagerhood exploring everything and, like, letting my mind grow in all the directions it wanted to grow in. And at that point, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt more open to, like, the kind of college kind of experience and doing it on my own terms. Like, you don't have to take it full-time all at once. I took college, like, I started out taking, like, one course at a time, and then the next semester after that I tried taking 2, and then just slowly ramped up, you know? And taking the courses that I was interested in. Like, you get to choose. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Where am I up to? Wazo says, I did not go to school today, and that means I will never have a job, and I will become a crime boss on the streets of Chicago, heavily involved in the trade of illegal chemical compounds. Oh, no! Yeah, right. Like, HMB says, my ideal life is this. I mentioned on a podcast with Salman and Zach, but it's me working a part-time job and doing YouTube at the same time, preferably videos about PCGs. That would be awesome. HMB, so, like, I think that is very plausible. Like, if you, like, you're already a really, 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 like, really good video maker. Your videos are very entertaining and engaging. And I think if you just keep that up, like, just keep learning and keep trying things, you could really become a big YouTuber. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen all at once. Like, becoming a big YouTuber is a very long and very difficult road, and I think a lot of them face burnout and everything. But yeah, I do think you could maybe, you know, work a part-time job and do YouTube on this. Like, totally. That is very possible. Via says, but Zach is not a millionaire. True, but you don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. Via says, chill. I feel like he was joking. HMB says, Zach is ranting again. This is true. You got me. Yes. That is most definitely what I am doing. So wait, why is this not working exactly? Like, how do I all right, let's try this. Let's try copying this again, and I will put this into this and see if that works. It did not work. I do not see anything happening. That is very annoying. Okay, we tried. Wait, why can't I scroll up or down? Dang it. I'm gonna close this and reopen the chat because it is not letting me scroll to see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Okay. Nailgun says, I think you can succeed without taking all your classes seriously. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Via says, my job here is done. Whoa. You evil. Epic says, man, for real, Zach, your speeches are better than JFK's. Oh, thanks so much, dude. Wiza says, the school's telling me that a one-day break will turn me into Al Capone. That seems unlikely. Taco Deo says 0. Alright. Via says, Nailgun, true. But if you're in school, you should also be responsible for that stuff. Well, I mean, it depends how you see the philosophy of this. Because, like, on the one hand, sure, if you're engaged in doing something, you should try to do your best at it. But on the other hand, you're not in school by choice. You didn't agree to be in school. You know, you're being forced to be in school. So, like, why do you... It's like what if I, like, kidnapped a bunch of people and said, okay, you guys are now in my Beatle training program, and you have to stay, and you have to every day work very hard to train the Beatles. Like, why shouldn't they ignore me? You know, like, just because I decided that you have to do a thing doesn't mean, like, you have your own life, you know, you shouldn't be forced to do a separate thing. That being said, it's really not that simple, and the practical reality here is that, like, people around you are going to try to make things harder for you if you don't get good grades, because if you're not getting good grades, then, you know, this really depends, by the way, how supportive your family is, because, like, you know, some parents will just, like, psychologically, they think, like, oh, he's not getting good grades, he's not going to succeed, like, oh, you're failing, you're dropping, like, and that creates sort of, it's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, because everyone around you expects you to go down a certain path, that path becomes more and more likely for you to actually go down, you know? Like, if people don't believe in you, then you don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you fail at more things. If you fail at more things, then people don't believe in you more. And it's sort of like a feedback loop, you know? But, so in a practical sense, grades can affect your future life path. But, you know, like, I mean, like, again, I didn't go to school, so the physical reality of going to school, you can succeed without it. That is possible. And it's not just possible, it's very possible. Like, but, yeah, I don't know. I think the bottom line is each person has to do what makes the most sense in their situation. Epic says, I love my parents, but I feel like they're kind of holding me back, but they just care, so it's fine, I guess. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear you feel that way. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time parents do, you know, I mean, like, I don't know what your parents are doing, so I don't know if, you know, if they are holding you back or not. I don't know. I don't even know what that specifically means. I do think sometimes parents do sort of, like, in a well-meaning way, you know, trying to do the best for their kids, they kind of hurt them in a way, or like hold them back from sort of exploring what they need to be exploring in the best ways. Not always. Some do, some don't. I do think that happens. And I personally feel like, I think like to some extent, like, unfortunately in the society we live in, you do kind of have to go along with what your parents want, depending on what your family's like, depending on how much freedom, you know, they gave you. My family was very, very free, so I could do sort of whatever I wanted. You know, that was, and I'm very happy. I was very happy for that. But like, you know, a lot of people don't. And I think like ultimately, especially as you grow up, especially as you get to like, as you get closer and closer to being an adult, like you have to sort of transition into thinking like, even if my parents are doing things that for good reasons because they care about me and they want me to succeed, at the end of the day, it is my life and I have to make my own decisions for myself. That's how I feel. I think it is important for that. Like, and like, you can't always do that like when you're not an adult yet, but I mean, I feel like as you get closer to being an adult, you have to move in that direction more and more. Wiza says the education system does arrest parents for letting their kids take prolonged breaks, though. So, wait, does it? Oh no. Via says, I was about to rant about how BS that is. Zach, mentally ready to learn after 18. Well, I was always mentally ready to learn. I always learned stuff. It's just, I was meant like, yeah, mentally, like after 18, that's when I felt like, I mean, like, if you put me in a class before then, I would have been fine. But it's like at 18, that was when, like, I guess I had the patience to like sit and like really be engaged in what they're talking about. And like, I mean, not always, like there's times when I space out, of course, but like I felt like going at that age, like I was able to sort of be interested in what I was learning for its own merits and not just because I had to be there. And like, yeah. So anyway, Via says, everyone else learning since like 4 years of age. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I was learning since 4 years of age too. I was just learning in a different way. Like, I learned about history by asking questions about it, by watching documentaries with my parents. I learned about like science by reading about it and, you know, again, documentaries with my parents. You know, and like I think my core philosophy is like as a kid, like you literally can't not learn. Like, that's just not possible. Like, a kid's brain will soak up stuff around them, you know? That's what they do. Their brains are literally built to learn. So, yeah, we're all learning since 4 years of age. But, you know, I mean, I guess different people do differently in the school system. Some people really, really love it from a young age, but I think a lot of kids are sort of like bouncing off the walls at a young age, you know? So a lot of kids like don't learn that well in a school environment because that's not what they want to be doing. They want to be running around and playing games with their friends. They want to play video games. They want to run around outside. They want to explore. They want to do whatever they want to do. And that's where their mind is. And so if you put them down and say, okay, now we have to learn the dates when, you know, George Washington crossed this bridge and what he did and why that was important, kids go, you know, not all kids. I mean, there's like, everyone's different. Some kids will be like, ooh, that's interesting. And that's great. I think that's awesome. But I just think like, you know, that isn't necessarily the ideal. And I also think that like, yeah, whether you do that, whether you're in that environment or not, you are gonna learn, like in one way or another. Epic says we gotta escape the Matrix, guys, and pursue our dreams. Oh man. Oh man, where was I up to? Wow, am I this high up? HMB says, thank you so much, Zach. You're welcome. Via says, look, Zach's parents didn't suffer any consequences for not sending Zach to school. This is true. Wiza says, although I will say it's different in every state. Different states do different things. Like they have different laws about it. So definitely look up the laws in your state. In my state, it was okay to homeschool. Wizo says schools are like, do you want to become this cigar addicted Italian neckbearded man? And the kids are like, I just want to know if T-Rex would kill pterodactyl and fight, please. So true, right? Wizo says, yeah, I mean, homeschooling is an option, but I think opting into school is probably going to turn it into an issue. Yeah. HMB says, I'm not rushing YouTube's super hard because I'm pretty young. I age revealed in the PCG scored. I just turned 13 2 days ago. Happy birthday. And also, yeah, that's good. Don't rush it super hard. You will burn out. Have fun with it if you want to, or have fun with other things if you want to. Just have fun. Enjoy being 13. That's what I have to say about that. Via says, Wizo, totally a T-Rex could kill a pterodactyl if the pterodactyl flies low enough. So they taught you something. Also, I just invented that. I'm not a paleontologist. Anima says I subbed. Oh, thanks so much. Oh, hi, Habblescrones. Okay, bye. Okay, bye, Habblescrones. Anima, this says, skip preschool for real. Yeah, right. Liam says, what we do in paper computer games? I don't know. We just hanging out. We have no specific agenda. We just talking about, we just ranting about school. Honestly, that's just what. But yeah. But I will respond to anything you have to say. If you have any questions, comments, anything PCG related, I would love to respond to any or all of your stuff. And yeah. Habel says, well, nice chatting. See y'all in another month or two. Y'all. Thanks for stopping by, Habel. Via says, preschool is stupid. That time should be spent with family and learning stuff at home. I agree. But I might say the same thing for school in general. I will say, though, the biggest benefit of school is that there's people there, and you get to hang out with the people. Like, I mean, at least I imagine that would be the biggest benefit. I wasn't there, but, like, I think a lot of people benefit from, like, having people around them that you can make friends from. I know a lot of people that actually didn't go to preschool. Me. Epic says, gotta go to bed. All right. Night, Epic. Thanks for joining. Preschool is not necessary, says Via. I didn't go to it. Yeah, exactly. Neither did I. Wesley says, I went to daycare and preschool, and I feel like that may have been problematic to my life. Sorry to hear it. Via says, I could never be at a daycare when I was a kid. I got sick immediately after and stayed that way several days. Also, I dislike going. Yeah, it doesn't sound like the most fun. Via says, HMB Tiger, I missed out on socializing properly. Oh, no. Oh, hey, it's Kurt. Kurt says, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Don't care about school? How about caring about succeeding at everything you do, even the things you don't want to do? That is a fair point. Well, I think that has to be an individual thing, because like I think you have to sort of set the goals in your own life, like is it your goal to succeed in a particular realm does that get you where you want to go in life? Or, you know, does it yeah, I mean, I guess that's my thing, is you just gotta like I think you sort of have to figure out what your goal is and what you want out of things, and, you know, move towards that, I guess. Havel says, question: if you and Chris had a Fortnite 1v1, who'd win? That's easy. I would. Chris sucks, so I would obliterate Chris. Kidding, of course. Except about the part where I would obliterate Chris, because I would, but, you know, still. School benefits. There are humans. Anima this says, adios, I'm gonna go start my own stream. Awesome. He says, school cons. There are people there. Yeah, see, I guess, like, everyone has their own things. Like, it can be a benefit for you, or it can be a drawback for you that there are people there. So, yeah, I think chat is a little bit out of date. There we go, let's see. Is this still a PCG stream? Because we're just talking about life now. Well, listen, say stuff about PCGs and I'll respond to it. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty much just going with the flow right now. Via says PCG is life. So true. Let's see, what else did I miss? Oh, hey, Multipaper Games, how's it going? Wizo says, pros, good people who respect you, and cons, big people who are mean and scary. Yeah. I mean, that's just people, right? Yeah, you can't have, like, I mean, when you meet a bunch of people, some of them are gonna be great and some of them are gonna suck. Deepest PCG stream. Me asking Zach who'd win the 1v1. Yeah, right. Wait, me versus Zach in Fortnite, who would win? I mean, probably you. I've played very little I've played Fortnite like a little bit, like 4 years ago probably, and I died a lot. Wizo says, Zuvak, Ginkas, Zach, Chris, Archmage, Dark, Venvac, PCG, Paper Computer Games, Among Us, PCG, PCG Mini, PCG Consoles, Paper Game. Ignore these. These are tags to boost my YouTube video in the algorithm. HMB says, well, I'm not that good at Fortnite either, so maybe... Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'd find out. Yeah. Kurt's point is interesting because there is something to be said for whatever you're doing, try to excel at it. You know, try to be great at whatever it is you're doing. But I do think that, like, that does have to come down to, I do think that has to come down to you and what you, like I said before, what your goals are. Because some people like to succeed by succeeding at everything. Other people, you know, that doesn't really work for them. Like, let's say if you're in 4 classes and one of them, it, like, I don't know. what if one of the classes is something you're just really not interested in learning about? It's bogging you down because, like, no matter how much you try, you're still struggling with it. And, like, it really is preventing you from enjoying the other things in your life, which they really can. Some courses can be really, really hard for people, and they can end up torturing themselves, trying to do something that they're not good at. Now, what if it's a class of something that isn't going to be relevant to what you want to do in life? Like, if you figure out what direction you want to go in life, should you still go through a class that, isn't good, like, that isn't, very relevant, like, especially, like, if you have the option to drop out? I think, like, that's a very that's a very valid thing to do, like, there's no shame in retreat, like, I think, like, go, like, that being said, there is something to be said for doing the best that you can. Like, I mean, I personally, if you put me in a class that wasn't something I was super interested in, I would try to succeed in it and do my best. But yeah. HMB says, Zach, I think I said this earlier in the stream, but do you want to play some Agent Peanut scratch games? Sure. Like the one by Habel. Didn't I already play? Are those old or are they new? If they're new, I'll play them, because I feel like I've played, like, Agent Peanut games on stream before, and I don't want to, like, be redundant. But if they're new, I'll play them. Like new as in being, like, I guess within the last few weeks. Multi-Paper Game says, Zach, will you ever make a podcast? I don't know. Maybe. Should I? Like, this is something I've thought about, but I haven't really, like, understood. Like, what is actually the benefit of making a podcast? Like, how is, like, do you get a new audience versus, like, what you would get on YouTube? I mean, I know, like, podcasts you can also post on YouTube, but, like, I don't know. I mean, it is something I could totally do. I did used to be the host on a radio show in New York. Excuse me, pardon me. I've been interviewed on podcasts, including, like, Salman's podcast, and other podcasts. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't know as much about that world. Like, a lot of people doing them, so there must be a reason for it. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely something I'm open to. Via says, question, what's the smell of your earwax? I don't know. Can't say I've ever smelled it. Wiseau says, Zach's meaningful extravaganza through emotions, the podcast. Oh gosh. I think I talk your ear off enough about that in this stuff. Multi-Paper says, beautiful name, Wiseau. Totally. HB says, well, there is the PCG podcast. That is true. There is the PCG podcast, and I think the PCG podcast is great. But yeah, see, like, that was my thing, like, I don't really know how this world works. I was sort of thinking of the PCG podcast as something that, like, is there for the entertainment of people who are already in the PCG community, which is very valuable, but, like, like, for me to make a new thing, like, especially, like, in addition to the PCG podcast already existing, it's like, if I were to do that, that would take a lot of time away from the YouTube channel, which already I don't spend enough time on, and, like, I have so many ideas for it that never get made, and there's other stuff on, other projects on that I'm working on, and, like, adding more projects on top of that is difficult. Like, maybe if I had a team, that would make it a lot easier. But yeah. Wiseau says, some monkey had a kid who was hairless And now human society exists, which has led to this stream. Perfection. Yes. Exactly how it happened. Multi-Paper Game says, Zach, make a podcast and talk about random stuff. I really like the podcasts in this community, but they don't post much. And speaking about podcasts, what happened to the Hughes Spherecast? I think there was some like drama with that, and it broke up, unfortunately. Wizo says the Spherecast is dead and no black magic can resurrect it. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not seem like yeah. Yeah, it does not seem like that is a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Susie Gordon says, are there any Cheetos here? Well, I certainly don't have any. Because, as we discussed earlier, Susie, I don't eat Cheetos. HMV says, neither me nor the other members of Hughes like to talk about it. Yeah, fair enough. I totally can understand why. Let's not talk about it then. So, yeah. Oh, clip editor. Convert your clips into TikTok videos, Instagram videos. Oh, that's cool. Essentials. Alert box. What's alert box? I don't know. What is alert box? All widgets, themes, and overlays. Whoa. Whoa. That's pretty sweet. What's chat saying? Okay, before I fall asleep completely, Zach, Fortnite stream, just an idea. Possibly. I would do that on PCG Gaming, but is Fortnite still a thing? Like, I felt like that was a fad like 4 years ago, wasn't it? Am I crazy? Like is that, like I feel like Fortnite's been coming back lately, right? Like, I mean, I can 1v1 Zach right now. You're not lying. I mean, yeah, like I'm sure you could. Zach 1v1 me in Fortnite. Possibly at some point. Not right now though. I could potentially play it on the PCG gaming channel, but not in the mood for Fortnite at this particular moment in time. What are you doing, Zach? I'm trying to set up this stupid thing. So, like, this stuff over here is supposed to be a thing which will make stuff pop. Like, you see, like, whoops, that's my work schedule. Yeah, like, so, for example, you see this chat over here? I'm supposed to be able to pin one of those messages. So I'm figuring, like, you know, like, while I'm, like, yeah, like, I would, like, while I'm responding to a particular message, I would put it at the top of the screen. But it is very, definitely, you know, not working. So, yeah. we do this tomorrow? I can't miss this. I'll die happy after the PCG Fortnite stream. Perhaps. Remind me on Discord. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. I don't know why you guys want me to play Fortnite so much. I'll try, though. I will try. I'll die happily knowing clapped Zach in Fortnite. All right. Yeah, so. Build your brand, make money. I'm not trying to make money. I'm just trying to make this thing work. Honestly, I'll try playing with one hand. Oh, confident are we? Might beat Zach without moving. Susie says Fortnite. What are we in the Middle Ages? No, Susie, it is it's a video game. Fortnite is like it is a popular video game. It's called Fortnite. See, this is Fortnite. You see? Behold, it's Fortnite. Well, whoops. There we go. Fortnite. This might not be the most representative of Fortnite because this is all just like Marvel characters, but Fortnite is not all Marvel characters. In fact, when I was playing, there weren't any Marvel characters. I guess now there's like Transformers and stuff are in Fortnite. There's the Lego Fortnite. Who isn't in Fortnite? My goodness. Okay, I don't know who these people are. Wasn't there like DC characters in Fortnite at some point? Yep, there we go. Batman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Beast Boy. Oh my goodness. My goodness. What other characters are in Fortnite? Oh gosh. Here's every unique crossover character in Fortnite Battle Royale. Oh god, okay, let's see. We got, Groot, Thor. Okay, this is all Marvel. Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. Okay, we've got Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Flash, so on and so forth. All the DC people. Star Wars characters. That's right. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rey, Finn, Mandalorian, Grogu, Boba Fett. Alright, Stormtrooper, Ripley from Alien, Xenomorph, Sarah Connor, Terminator guys, John Wick, Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, dang, Predator, RoboCop, Ghostbusters, Tron, Rick and Morty, anime people, the Pac-Man ghosts are in it. Street Fighter characters, dang. That's a lot of people. Kratos is in it. My goodness. Anyway, it has a lot of characters in it. So yeah. Zach, can you download Fortnite right now? I already have Fortnite, yo. What makes you think I don't got Fortnite? Actually, maybe I don't. It was probably on an older computer when I played that. I don't know. Zach isn't in Fortnite, but there's probably a skin that closely resembles him. I mean, probably. If If you want to play Fortnite tomorrow, then you won't have time to download. Let's find out if I actually have Fortnite on here. No results. Excuse me. Fine. Okay, download and play for free. Sounds good to me. Let's go. Sure. I'm gonna go because it's all Fortnite and it always has been. Oh no. Why so? Susie says, "Thank you, Hapless Groans. You are kind and..." Oh, because he acknowledged your pun. What was the pun? Oh, she was making a pun. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Susie says, "P.S. Of course, no one acknowledged my pun, i.e. Zach." Well, I didn't realize it until now, Susie. What am I, some kind of expert pun detector? I'm staying up on a school night. Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I guess I did know that you were being silly, but I didn't know that. I figured you legitimately didn't know what Fortnite was, though. The credentials you're using are invalid. Oh! How so? Okay, guys. Multipaper says, "Okay, guys, let's get into real talk now. What's better, PCGs or paper games? Explain your reasons." I'm gonna stay neutral on that one. I will. I mean, obviously, this is a paper computer game channel, so I'm a little bit biased, but I'm not gonna go. I'll just leave that one to the imagination. Which one? I'm gonna stay a bit neutral here. I'm gonna be Switzerland. HMB says paper games are way cooler and resemble video games way more, but PCGs are more playable. As I said before, paper games are kind of novelty items, but not really playable. Yeah, that's true. At least in the form of paper games that, used to be big on YouTube, like IPGS and KT and all that. Like, those I felt like were better to show on YouTube, but aren't really playable. And so, for that reason, PCGs, I feel like are a richer experience. Ah, dang it. I said I wasn't going to weigh in on this. Dang it. But, yeah. PCGs, like HMB is saying, are not as easy to show on YouTube. Although they're getting better. I feel like I've gotten better at making PCGs and showing them on YouTube. It still isn't as visually engaging as paper games, I think, because paper games you have the cutout and you're moving them across the screen. I guess there's no reason you can't do that in PCGs also. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It also depends on the creator, so I don't know. But yeah, they each have their benefits though, for sure. It really depends what kind of an experience you're looking for, and also which one you started with first. So, you have, nostalgia for it. But, I mean, hey, it doesn't have to be either or, right? You can make both. You can make and like both. You can combine both. You can make a game that's, has a screen that's PCG and then a screen where it's a paper game and alternate, or vice versa, or, whatever weird combinations you want to come up with, Definitely not either or. Multipaper Games says, yeah, I got no argument. I'm still biased and say that paper games are better, but I do like the story aspect of PCGs. Yeah, for sure. We're all biased because we all like what we like. There's no right answer here. I mean, they both have, it is objective that they both have their particular benefits and drawbacks, but we each have our own preferences. There's no right answer to what is the best because it's what we like the best. And multipaper, if you like the story aspect of PCGs, you can just make paper games that incorporate the story of PCGs. That's what I tried to do one time. I made Zuvak the paper game, which is a paper game in the style of the classic. It even has a crossover with some IPGS characters in it, but it it's about Zuvak, so it's very much part of the PCG storyline, and but it's a paper game, there's no reason why you can't just take the parts you like from PCGs and add it into paper games, and vice versa, that's the fun of this stuff. There's we should never see the other it as a competition, or the other thing is a threat to the thing that we like, because it isn't. It's an opportunity. That's all it ever is. When I kind of felt like that because remember when I was a kid, I grew up playing PCGs, and then I wanted to find a way to make PCGs bigger for so many years. And then I encountered the paper games community, and at first there were moments where I felt kind of I guess jealous and threatened that paper games became this huge community. And it's would PCGs ever be able to get to that level? But but it was just a feeling, and I ultimately realized that this isn't a threat. This doesn't have to be competition. This is this is an opportunity. There's this great community full of people who love making creative games on paper. We can have crossovers. We can work together. We can, build a bigger community together. And that's awesome, yeah, I think that the two things really are only beneficial to each other, because the more successful PCGs are, that brings more attention onto paper games, and the more successful paper games are, the more successful PCGs are. I think it would be a lot easier to grow this channel if the old paper games community was still active, because there's a lot of overlap, and people who like one would cross over to the other, and vice versa. The fact that they're not, still around makes it harder. But yeah, there still is the TCG community, but that is a little bit different. There's still overlap, but there's not as much overlap. So yeah. Anyway, Multipaper says, yeah, I got no argument. I'm still biased and say paper games are better, but okay, I read that. HMB says, I'll thank paper games because the reason I found Zach's channel is because of Abdullah's video about paper games on your channel. Oh, cool. Abel says, it's an overwhelming honor being presented with such a noble title, however, I must accept. Multipaper Game says, I actually like the connected universe of PCGs. Yeah, that is one of my favorite aspects as well. I think that's really cool. Susie says, Sir Habelscrones, you are already knighted at birth. Multipaper Game says, making stories in paper games is possible for me, but I'm too lazy, so maybe one day. Fair enough. HMB says, in my opinion, paper games are even better with the story aspect, because since they're like video games, they mostly have cutscenes. True. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some good classic paper games that are essentially stories. It's you wake up, what? What's that outside? Press A. You know, what? It's a robot. Press A. And then and then there's a segment of like playing with your little paper controller. Like, I'll press the button to the left. All right, my character moves to the left, and then you have like a screen of that, and then there's like another cutscene, and it's like, oh, there's a robot in your path. Press A to like, yeah, I don't know. It's fun, but yeah, like, point being, paper games do mesh really well with stories. A lot of them are sort of built for that. Multipaper Game says, fun fact, if it wasn't for me getting featured on one of Zach's PCG news, I probably would not be as into the PCG community. Oh man, I did not realize. But that makes total sense, because like, yeah, I think like, it's exciting to see yourself featured in, on somebody else's YouTube video. I think like that is like PCG News is one of the most successful series I have on this channel for that reason, because everyone likes to see themselves, getting featured with other people, and like it's a great entry point for so many people, because if you find if you find out that you are in a video, you are way more likely to click on that video, right? Because you've got to at least find out what do they say about me, right? That is like 10 times more interesting if you're one of the people in the video than if you're not, or if like it's a video that doesn't have other people's stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Really cool. I guess that proves that that PCG News just works like it's supposed to. Zach needs to make a Halo paper computer game. Oh man, that would be tough. I like Halo. Halo's fun, but I guess I just don't really know the story that well. I've only played the multiplayer. Multipaper Game says Dreamscape is one of the only story paper games I know, and is also a really good one. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dreamscape as well. Like, that was one of the first things that got me into PCGs. Sorry, not PCG. What am I talking about? Paper games. That was one of the first things, like, videos that introduced me to paper games. Like, when I was first investigating the community, that was one of the ones I found, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool. Although it never got finished. I know, it's unfortunate. HMB says I miss reality, stupid. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He teased he would be coming back, but then he didn't. Yeah, that's what happens. That's how it goes. People, YouTubers are not, or like, especially these YouTubers, like paper game YouTubers, are not companies. They don't have an official schedule. They don't have any like real financial incentive to like keep going. I guess Reality Stupid might, because he's so big that he could be making some money on his videos. But I don't think he ever monetized. I guess I don't really know. But the point is, like, especially when you're a kid or when you're a teen, it's very easy to fall off the bandwagon. It's really, really easy. He's moved on, and that's all right. Yeah, exactly. People have lives, and they do move on. Pickadoodle Production says, make a paper computer game with one character. Yeah. Make a paper computer game with one character. That is pretty broad, but I like it. Multipaper Game says, it's crazy that Reality Stupid has like 10,000 subs, but only like 3 paper games. Yeah. I don't know how Reality Stupid got so many subs. That is wild. It might just be like it was at a different era of YouTube back when that was more possible, I guess. Like, the algorithm has certainly changed a lot since the paper game community was a big thing. Neil Gunn says, yeah, it's really difficult to have determination to actually complete these projects. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Multi-paper games says, also, and Starry's technically back, so maybe paper games could come back now. I'm coping. Hey, man. Yeah, they totally could. They totally could. I mean, like, I wouldn't count on Anstarry staying back. Has Anstarry even made any more Like, I saw the one video he made when he came back, just like, whenever that was, like a year ago or whatever.
What?
Wait, hold on. Wait, videos. Yeah, that's the only one, right? The Enclave. Yeah, see. Yeah, he has this one video from a year ago, and then this one video from 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I wouldn't count on Anstarry staying around, but paper games could totally come back. I don't think there's anything about that is, you know, especially as like especially now that like there's so many whatchamacallit. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Especially now... Wait, hold on. What is chat saying? Oh yeah, you were talking coping and comeback. Yeah, I wouldn't count on Starry coming back, but yeah, especially now as like the PCG community, like if that were to get bigger, then I think that would bring paper games back with it. Since now it is so intertwined with paper games, and you know, like a lot of the people who were previously paper game fans are now part of the PCG community, and there's been a lot of overlap. There's been crossovers. There's been like, you know, the paper games wiki is now on the PCG wiki. Like, I think like if PCGs were to get like a lot bigger, like if we got like, let's say 5,000 more people involved in the community, which I know is a long ways off, but if that were to happen, I think some portion of those would get into paper games also, because when you get into this community, you start exploring all the aspects of it. Like, hey, what are the things in this that I can use, that I can do stuff creatively with? And I think that yeah, some of them would get into paper games, and that would become a whole new thing. So yeah, like, the success of one is the success of the other, and I think that if the whole thing survives, then paper games will certainly survive also. Nail Gun says also the fact that most PCG and paper game creators are in high school, they have a lot of priorities they got to take care of. Very true. Nail Gun says, I know, I stopped being in the community for a hot minute because I'm having a busy time in high school at the moment. Yeah, totally. Fair enough. High school is very demanding. Pickadoodle Productions says, I'm glad that Anstarry's back. Yeah, me too. Anstarry's great. Anstarry is like a really, really awesome creator. Anstarry's makes like super creative Anstarry makes like super creative paper games, and if anyone here isn't subbed to Anstarry, by the way, you should be. Anstarry is like super creative, and Anstarry's also even made a few PCGs as well. Let's see, where is it? Here it is, Myrmidon. And I played like Myrmidon, and it was great. I had so much fun with like Myrmidon, and the first one as well, Tenebris. And like, look at these like homemade paper mechs that Anstarry makes. Anstarry is just like the best. Like, isn't that awesome? Like, dude. But yeah, so yeah, Nailgun says, only now am I coming back because my second semester is way chiller than the first. Oh, that's awesome. That is great to hear. HMB says, dude, Anstarry made a vid 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you all should watch it. I've already watched it, Save the Enclave, and it is pretty cool. Multipaper Game says, I have hope for Anstarry even if he has a yearly upload schedule now. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, okay, like, I'm not saying it's impossible for Anstarry to make more games in the future. I'm sure he will every once in a while, maybe. But I also wouldn't count on that, you know, because it's like, just because someone makes one new video doesn't mean they're back. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hurt to hope, I suppose. If you want Anstarry to come back more, then support his videos. Like watch him. Like, I don't know if that's gonna make him more likely to come back or not. That depends on his life, which I know nothing about. But yeah. Pickadoodle says, what if someone made a take money from Elon Musk paper computer game? Oh, man. I mean, I don't know. I guess that paper computer game just wouldn't have a blue check mark. Or maybe it would have a really big blue check mark. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Multipaper Game says, but guys, just wait until I get the epic motivation and energy, and I will bring back the community. Just not right now with my monthly uploads. Well, listen, you know, Multipaper, like, you can't wait for the magical time when you're going to get the energy, because that's just never going to come. But you know what is going to make it come is if you start doing it. Like, the more you do a thing, the more your brain does that thing. Like, if you, like, you know, like, you know, let's say, like, I don't know, reading a book, right? Let's say if you, like, maybe if you're somebody who's not really used to reading, who doesn't read much, and somebody says read a book, and you're like, man, I don't want to read a book. All right, I guess I'll read, like, I do like this series, so I guess I'll read this book series. But, like, the more you read, the more you physically sit down and read, the more your brain will get used to it. The more your brain gets used to it, the more your brain thinks about it and remembers it and has ideas for, like, what books you want to read next. The more you think about what books you want to read next, the more you read. The more you read, the more your brain gets used to it. And so you're sort of like programming your brain to do that thing more. And I think that's basically what Epic did. I think Epic basically just, like, he made so many PCGs that he just really programmed his brain to do it all the time. And, like, I mean, that's what I'm guessing. I don't really know. But I mean, like, I've certainly had phases like that for sure. Like, I feel like now I'm less in the habit of making PCGs than I was when I was, like, maybe 17 or 18. Because, like, back then, I got into a habit where I was making PCGs all the time. And not just PCGs, I had a sketchbook, and I was, like, drawing at least one picture in my sketchbook every single day. And it was a lot easier then. And now, like, I still can draw pictures. But if you just give me a sketchbook and put it in my hand, I sort of, like, it'll take me time to think about what I'm going to draw. Whereas back then, it was just like, you put paper in my hands and I'll be like, okay, and I just start drawing. You know, like, you just know what to do. And, like, the more you do it, the, like, it like, just create a habit, and it'll become a thing. So yeah, like, I guess that's my bottom line. Don't wait for a mythical time when you're just suddenly going to be filled with inspiration and energy. That's never going to happen. But you can program your brain by doing it to be filled with that energy and inspiration. So yeah, that is what I have to say about that. For now, I'll post more on my PCG related channel. I got a few videos that I'll post soon. Awesome. I'm starting to make a video for my personal YouTube because majority of my work is on the PCG Theorists channel. Also working on a PCG that I hope to finish. I'm so thankful for these 3-day weekends. Heck yeah, dude. I look forward to seeing your projects because your videos on PCG Theorists are awesome. So, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And also, like on the PCG that you hope to finish, that is awesome as well. Neil Gunn says, yeah, habits are so interesting in the human mind. Ever since swapping to digital art, I sometimes attempt to undo a line I just drew on real paper. It's so silly. Yeah, right? So interesting. Multi-paper game says, you know, I have so many paper game ideas that I have drawn and written out, but I have no motivation. Yeah, yeah, I know. Just gotta do it. I mean, like that, that is all it is. Like, I mean, like, literally, PCGs would be dead right now because, like, there was a time, like, after all my friends got out of it, and I got out of it too, and there were just no more PCGs. There was nothing. It was dead. Period. And, like, I was the only person left on the planet thinking about paper computer games. And I was like, wait a second. Is this really just not going to come back? Because I had sort of like, you know, like, well, I'll do PCGs later. You know, well, I don't really have motivation. Well, I'll wait until a better time. And then years go by, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second. Now I'm too old for this. Wait a second. This really isn't going to come back, is it? And then it occurred to me, like, if you want something to come back, then you have to make it happen. And even if it's hard to get the motivation and the motivation isn't there, you kind of just have to force yourself, or you just have to accept that it probably isn't going to happen, you know, or at least not, you know, from your end. Because, like, I did that. I forced myself to, you know, I was like, you know what? No. I'm going to finish this paper computer game that I started freaking 10 years ago, Balzac Lobotron. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to bug Chris until he plays it, and that's going to be that. And you know what? Not only that, but from there, I'm going to make more games after that. And I sat down and forced myself to do it. And even though my brain still tried to do the thing where it's like, oh, well, you know, I'll do this later. There's other things I got going on. And I was like, no, I'm doing this now. I am going to make this happen now. You know? Let's see. Neil Gunn says, doing D&D also helped me make characters more interesting in storylines, so I got inspiration from that to start making PCGs again. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, D&D is a super good source of inspiration. I mean, like D&D, yeah, I mean, it has a lot of overlap, right? It has stories, it has dungeon crawling, puzzles, villains. It's a great source of, like, I mean, like, there's a lot of overlap between that and PCGs. I mean, I think, like, generally the tone is different, but yeah, totally a lot of overlap. Imagine Zach as a Unity game maker. Oh, man. Multi-paper Game says, but I've had a recent motivation for stories, which is why I'm making more Archangel Saga PCG stories. Yeah, that's awesome. That's been awesome to see you making all those Archangel Saga PCG stories multi-paper. In fact, like, you doing that is sort of inspiring me to maybe make a video sort of like telling the whole story of, or like retelling the story of like the entire Archangel Saga and like everyone's games that they've made, like recapping everything, like all the games that have been made on it. Like, I've done a few of those before. Like, I did one for the Techno Zombies and one for Gnome. The Gnome Saga, I mean, and like those are some of the coolest videos to make. And I think like the Archangel stuff, it would be a lot of fun to make a video about. So yeah, I that has been sort of something that's been in my mind. I've been feeling like I should do that, but I have other videos that I need to make first. I'm planning a video like that is going to that's going to be like TCG related. That's going to that's going to sort of be maybe some TCG PCG overlap kind of stuff. But yeah, and then also I have to make a video about my friend's PCG that he gave me. But yeah. HMB Tiger Game says, "Yo, Eldridge, what's your video going to be about?" Yeah, good question. Nailgun says, "Analyzing save game in PCGs." Ooh, that's a really interesting topic. I would love to see that. HMB says, "Honestly, I feel like it would be better for you to just make like a 5-minute simple video." Wait, me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Yeah, that probably would be better. I don't know. It depends. I think if somebody has trouble, motivating themselves to make videos, it's probably better to make a short one. But, if you're a big YouTuber who can consistently get yourself to make videos, then it's not a bad thing to try for a longer video. But, whatever works for you. I will say, one thing that annoys me about some YouTubers is that, sometimes a YouTuber, just kind of makes bigger, longer and longer and longer videos over time. And each time until finally they're making one video a year, and totally fine. That's their whatever works for their schedule is fine. I support them doing whatever they want, but it just it just does kind of suck because you don't get to see their video except once a year. Even though when you finally do see their video, it's usually freaking epic. It's gonna be a 4-hour long video, but I don't know. Wait, chat is not updating. Why is chat not updating? Let's there we go. Let's see. Let's see, where was I? No, says I haven't gotten too far into editing and script writing that I can just use the intro I've already made for a short and sweet video. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. HMB says, "Bro, going back to the PCG theorist videos, my voice was so trash. I either sounded like a 5-year-old or my voice had no energy." No, I don't know. I thought your voice was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was I thought it was pretty good. It's engaging, I think I get I always hate on your own voice. I get that. And yeah, it isn't perfect because you haven't done it before. No, none of us are a perfect actor the first time you do a video. I certainly wasn't. Heck, I'm not perfect now. You get better at it as you do it. But, for what it is, especially, I think it was a perfectly fine voice. But yeah, Pickle Doodle Production says, "I'm sad that the game theory guy left." Yeah, me too. But heck, he's been doing this for 13 years. I think he's earned a break. Good old Matt Pat, right? I've enjoyed quite a few good game theories, but hey, at least the channel is going to continue. There's still going to be game theories. It's just that he's passing the torch on to new people, which is kind of inspiring, actually. What he started is going to continue and keep growing, and that's certainly inspiring for us in the PCG community, I think. Pardon me. No, excuse me. Josiah HMB Tiger says, "Zach being on the PCG theorist is Zach Pat." Oh, so true. let's see. HMB says, everyone watch my YouTube short about PCG motivation. Well, not really motivated. It basically forces you to make a PCG and uses your laziness to your advantage. Oh yeah, that was a good short. Like, everyone definitely watch HMB's short there. Yves Stroganoff says, hello. How's it going? Nailgun says, the first video I watched on your channel, Zach, was the clown on the stick video. Oh, awesome. Which one? Like, was it one of the playthroughs of Zuvak? That's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, the Zuvak gameplay videos. Yeah, those were a lot of fun. I remember when we were playing that game. That was so much fun. We did it on black paper and everything. Let me just bring that up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Zuvak, The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick. Yeah, look at this beautiful, like, black paper, stuff. I know my art isn't the greatest, but I had a lot of fun, like, using crafts, because, like, everything on this screen is cut out. Like, these 3 lights are cutouts, and the title is, and the subtitle are separate cutouts. Zuvak, obviously, is a cutout. And, like, I put, like, I remember, like, this was, like, the title screen of the game, and I remember I put them all, like, goof, like, to make it all more cinematic. I just had a lot of fun with this one. And in the game, it's like there's 2 sections of the game. There's, like, the main portion of the game where it's all, like, black paper and you're inside the building. But then when you, like, Zuvak accesses the satellite and he can, he has to, like, sort of, like, navigate stuff. Then you get these, like, screens like this, which are, like, actually edited together chunks of different Google Earth, areas to create a new area, and that's how I would make screens. So yeah, you'd have the black paper stuff for the inside the building, and you'd have this for, like, the missions that you go on. But the missions, like for this, like, Zuvak is not physically there. It would be like he's looking down at this from satellite data, and he can call any of the houses on the telephone or send them emails or do anything electronically. He just can't physically go there. So if he wants something to happen in town, he would have to, like, find, like, if he wants something to be built, he has to, like, hire a construction guy and have that guy come do a thing. Or if he wants, like, or he could, like, call different people and manipulate them or pay them or, whatever he wants to try to get them to do stuff. And that was the premise of this game. I had so much fun making this game. I could have done it better. I felt like, like, it slowed it down, but I did feel like the concept of this game was really cool, and I kind of feel like I should make more. I think, come to think of it, the original plan was to have, like, 2 sequels, but I don't know. After finishing this one, I didn't feel like that was the next thing to do. But yeah, let's see what else the chat is saying. Multipaper says, oh yeah, I wanted to make an Archangel Saga story timeline, but I still have, like, 4 more stories that I got to post about the saga, so that's gotta wait for me. Oh man, that would be awesome. So yeah, fair enough. Definitely do make that when you get a chance. Gun says, I love 4-hour-long video essays. They're so amazing. I devour them late at night. I know. I love them too. I'm not complaining about the 4-hour video essays. Those are great. I'm just complaining that, like, that we don't get, like when somebody makes those, then you don't get to see them for, like, the rest of the year, Like, that's it for their channel. It's like, yes, they're back. But then after you watch that video, it's like, oh well, I guess that's it for the whole year, Possibly 2 years now, Like, but anyway, Nailgun says, those theorist videos were a pain to edit, Lamau. It was difficult because the video I edited before those was the first time I'd ever picked up video editing, so I had to learn how velocity worked. Oh gosh, yeah. It's gonna be tough your first time. It's gonna be not even your first time. Editing in general is challenging, especially if you're learning it for the first time. As you go along, you pick up tricks, and it gets better and it gets easier. But then there's the temptation of being pulled into doing longer videos, which is a trap. But anyway. Nailgun says, "Oh yeah, I love the Zuvac PCG so much. It was so creative, and the sections worked. The black paper was super cool to see. The cutouts were sick too. Inspired me to attempt to use cutouts on my own too. Oh yes. I'm so happy someone appreciates that. Like my memory of that period, like I think that was when my channel was like smaller than it is now. But my memory of that period was like a lot of, putting a lot of work and like." Having a tremendous amount of fun playing the game, but then putting a lot of work into like making videos and making clips of it, and feeling like no one watches them. Like, man, why am I even doing this? But it's really rewarding to see that like at least one person like watched them and got something out of it. Like that is awesome. So thank you. Fickadoodle Production says, remember the Zolt Pocket? I do remember the Zolt Pocket. The Zolt Pocket, for those not in the know, is a PCG console. I think that was by Compact Dev, right? Yeah, PCG Compact by Compact Dev. Oh man, it's not even like there's no like this is the whole article for it. I wonder if it's on the PCG shop. Like, let's see. PCG consoles, view all. Is Zolt Pocket here? I do not see Zolt Pocket, you guys. Pardon me. What happened to Zolt Pocket? Wasn't it here? Wasn't that a thing you could download? Maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe he just like sent it to us as a PDF. Maybe I have it on my computer somewhere. Oh well. Anyway. Get out of here, Ed. Get out of here. But yeah. What is chat talking about? Multipaper says I made a review of the Zolt Pocket, but I haven't edited it yet, so yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. HMB says, I think my first video with an actual good editing software was the how PCGs were meant to be played video. Oh man, yeah. My first video with an actually good editing software was not made yet. I did download the software you're using, HMB, the one you recommended, and it seemed pretty cool, but it also seems like it has a lot to learn. And I was like, well, do I want to devote a lot of time to learning this? Or do I want to just edit the video I've already filmed with what I already have? Because I know how to use it. I'm just so familiar. It sucks so much. But yeah. HMB says, and Eldritch, I remember we were in a call together while you were editing, and all the stuff like keyframes made my brain so confused. Oh man, yeah. Austin says, keep up the grind. Oh man, thank you, Austin. If you love games and streaming, then don't give up. Heck yeah, I won't. Let's close and reopen that again because, yeah, there we go. Pickle Doodle says, there's a Zolt Pocket Dual. Oh, is there? Multipaper Game says, the Zolt Pocket is on the shop, but I think you have to hit Compact Dev's home to see it. Oh, is it? Well, in that case, you can just search for it. Zolt Pocket. Ah, so it is here. No wonder. It's here, but it just wasn't. I bet that's the... You know what? I bet I can fix that because, like... So let's, like, search for that. Zolt Zolt Pocket. Let's go into that product, and let's change its yeah, see, product type is not no, that is incorrect. The product type is PCG console. If I save that, then in theory, let's go into PCG consoles. It should show up. No? Come on, Zolt Pocket. No, I do not see it. I do not see the Zolt Pocket. Why do I not see the Zolt Pocket? Oh, because maybe I have to go to collections. PCG console product type is equal to. Yeah, so it has Zolt Pocket in there. And wait, is it still not? Oh wait, there's Zolt Pocket tool. Where's regular Zolt Pocket? The one I changed is regular Zolt Pocket, right? Yeah, it is in. It says it is in this collection of PCG console. Hold on. Maybe I need to go to online store and make sure that the PCG console thing. Where is it showing? PCG consoles. Oh, there it is. What the heck? It's right there. I guess it just took a minute to show up. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, we have now fixed it. So it is now in the PCG console thing. Anyway, HMB says, I mean, someone who had the same experience as you, where was I? I mean, from someone who had the same experience as you, I would say it's worth it. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I really should devote the time to do it. It's hard when you're also working a full-time job and you're doing a million projects as well. It is tough. But yeah. Multi-paper. Wait. Oh, hold on. Did I skip something? Nailgun says DaVinci is awesome, but I have Premiere Pro as a student, and I'm just going to use that while I can. Ah, sweet, awesome. You might even be able to use that forever, because like some student IDs last. I don't know. Multi-paper says, I saw the Zolt Pocket Duel is cool, but the Zolt still only has one game, so it's kind of useless. True. You could always make more games for it, you know? HMB Tiger Games says I was thinking the same thing. Switching to DaVinci is... Oh, hey, Unleashed TCG, how's it going? Well, thanks for joining. HMB says switching to DaVinci is worth it. It only took 2 days to learn it. If I was still using my old video editing software, then I don't know if my channel would be where it is now. Yeah. 2 days to learn it. That is, you make a compelling argument, HMB. But I mean, how much of what you're doing is the editing, like how much of your success is the editing software and how much is your skill and your like sort of devotion to doing stuff? Because I feel like, I mean, like certainly there's some cool stuff you can do with it, but like, you know, I mean, like I could probably do a lot better editing than I do if I was willing to put a lot more time into the editing, you know? So how much of it is the software and how much is the is that, you know? Also, HMB, the other thing is, like, you talk about topics with, like, a mainstream interest, so it's, like, easier to build up a thing, whereas I am talking about PCGs, and that is harder to build up an audience for. I mean, like, I don't know. Anyway, Neil Gunn says I have After Effects, Premiere Pro, and other Adobe products, so I'm not really going to swap because I'm already familiarized with Adobe products. Yeah. HMB says you probably shouldn't as well. DaVinci is not much better than Premiere Pro. Multiverse says, anyway, guys, I'm going to go to sleep so that I can get a very healthy 6 hours of sleep. And yeah, good night, and PCG everybody later. Thanks so much for joining, and Multivapor. And yeah, I think that is probably a good place for me to end the stream, I suppose. Wait, I feel like... Wait, did somebody say something? Yeah, wait, sorry. Chat just updated. I want to see what chat has to say. We need a Science with Zach video. Yeah. Ask me science questions. I'll answer them. Yeah, for sure. Blurry Guy says, yo, this is Cool TCG's other cool. Oh, hey, Cool TCG's, how's it going? Welcome. Neil Gunn says, yeah, I'd say that 90% of editing is the skill of the editor. Really what it feels like. HMB says, well, Zach, you know what to do if someone breaks your PCG short? Hit film, which is what I made it with, completely fricked it up. Oh, man, that sucks. All right, bye. Thanks for joining PicDoodle Productions. Jimmy says, like, every 20 seconds there would be a black screen for 5 seconds. That's... Well, okay. But that's different, though. That's like if there's, like, something catastrophically wrong with your editor. Like, I mean, like, assuming the editor has, like, basic functionality, you know, like, then I feel like it's, you know, how much of it is your skill, you know. Jimmy says, imagine making a whole documentary and having it unusable. Yeah, that would not be much fun. That would not be much fun. But I mean, the editor I use is reliable. It's not going to give you a black screen like every 5 seconds, you know? It does its job. It just isn't fancy, you know? But yeah. HMB says, well, to BH, I prefer DaVinci and it makes my editing faster. Cool. I mean, yeah, seems cool. Let's refresh chat again. Oh, Pickadoodle says I'm still on. Oh, sweet. HMB says, oh, I read that. Nailgun says Adobe Premiere Pro crash speed run. Oh, man. Jimmy says, wait, Zach, can I see your editing software? Just use its basic functions I want to see. Yeah, sure. My editing software is this. It's called Movavi Video Editor 23. Now, wait, sorry, my face is in the way. Movavi Video Editor 23. Now, it's perfectly good for what it is, but the problem with it is it costs money, so that's a big downside. And it is not fancy, and like in my opinion, number one, it's not as fancy as it should be for given that you have to pay money for it. And yeah, this is the other problem with it. Upgrade at 30% off. So if you want to get the new version of it, every year you have to pay another like freaking $47, I guess. Which very annoying. Not so. A lot of the time, I just like won't even update it. I'll just be like, "All right, guess we're just using you last year's version then," you know, because like, but it sucks, you know. Like they get you used to it, so it's like you feel like you have to use it because you've spent so much time investing in learning how to use this software really well, and you don't want to like retrain yourself, but it's like. You know, so they've got you hooked, and you're like, well, but now if you want all the new features, you need the new version. And it's like, oh, So annoying. So annoying. But yeah. Adrian says, what? That sucks? Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, it's got, you know, a bunch of stuff. Like you've got these like sort of basic intro videos that you can use, and you can even make your own of them that you can, like, I have this one, which this makes like Zuvak Russian, I think. Yeah, and then he rushes out, so that's handy. And you can make your own custom ones for whatever you want, and those are time savers. It comes with like static backgrounds and some sample videos, like, you know, like this nice candle over here, you know, some clouds, and those are handy to just like quickly drag into the timeline. And you can have like stuff like, you know, up here I can like maybe, you know, I don't know, change its opacity and make it dimmer, and then just like that you can easily like wait, where's speed? Why can't I what? Wait, what? Why does this one not have speed? That's so weird. Weird. Anyway, yeah, but you can, like, in general, you can change its speed. Like, you can make it go faster or slower, and then it lasts longer. You can make it fade in or out pretty easily. You know, just all the basic stuff. I mean, obviously there's sound. You have some pretty fun effects you can do. You got, like, I don't know, you got motion blur. I guess that makes it a little blurry. And you can adjust, like, how much that affects it. But then there's some that are, like, more noticeable. Like, and on top of that, you can also like do this weird stuff and make it a glass mosaic, and also on top of that, add some lens flares, and on top, you know, you get the picture. But yeah, that's basically, that's the story. I also want to see the keyframes. Okay, so like example, we are going to make okay, this clock. Perfect. We're going to make the clock. I'm going to give it a chroma key black. Is the chroma key going to work? The chroma key is not going to work. Yeah, that's the worst thing. The chroma key does not always work. Alright, so that being the case for today, I'm just going to lower its opacity. And I'm going to keyframe this, alright? So let's just go here, animation. Now you have all these default animations, so I could like do this thing where it like zooms in or out, and you can do that, and then you'll just see it do that. Or you can undo that and you can just add your own keyframes. It'll just add 2 keyframes over here, and then you can just like let's say, okay, I want this keyframe to be like this, so it gets further away, and this keyframe, it's gonna be like this, so it's actually like just really close. And then I'm just gonna drag them apart, and then woo, it's getting further away over time. So yeah, that is how that works. Make sense? Nailgun says, I'm learning masks now currently. It's super silly and goofy, but I get it. Masks are fun. I use masks a lot in my laser editing software that I use at work. So yeah. Subtitling is my least favorite part of video editing. I hate it more than file organization. Subtitling? Oh, like just adding subtitles? Do you regularly, like, do you subtitle everything you're saying? Oh, like, yeah, I just don't do that. Like, too much work. If I had, like, an app that did it automatically, I would use it, but, like, I'm just not gonna do everything. Like, I'll add, you know, maybe 2 words for, like, in my last video where it was, like, talking about Canon, I'll add, like, not Canon. I'll do that. But I'm not gonna be, like, you know, adding every single line of, like no way, too much work. I've thought about it because, like, it is a very effective effect when people do it in YouTube videos, but, like, just doing it manually sucks, you know. And it's fine to not do it, you know. So, HMB says, to be honest, with my type of editing, subtitles are easier than everything else. Oh, really? Nailgun says, I heavily avoid subtitling, but I'll probably still have to because of my goofy microphone. That sucks. HMB says, how much did it cost? Nailgun says, yes, dude. They're like adding some silly automatic subtitle maker using AI to Premiere. So, to Premiere Pro because of the amount of work it takes to do it manually. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that was a thing in something. It makes sense, right? Because, like, that's the kind of thing ChatGPT can do super easy, you know? So, Pickle Doodle Production says, on my YouTube channel, I use a cheap screen recording app. Cool. HMB, like, I mean, ain't nothing, no shame in that. HMB says, last time I heard your voice, your mic is good. Cool. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so it is getting kind of late. I probably should end the stream. But before I do that, let me I'm gonna mess around a bit in this. Keep talking. I'll still respond to chat. I just want to see. I just want to see if I can get this stupid thing to work for next time. You know. CHMB, thanks for coming. It was in Chrome, right? Yes, it was in Chrome. Dashboard, like, don't need that. Hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Thanks, Pickle Doodle. Have a great night. How do you do the thing? How do you do the thing? I am so confused. before I leave, subscribe to Paper Computer Games. Oh, thanks so much. Wait, Zach, are you downloading Fortnite right now? No. Did I have a tab on that? Wait, was I? Wasn't I? Didn't I? Downloads. Guess not. Oh yeah, I couldn't log in. That was the problem. And that still doesn't work. The credentials you're using are invalid. Back to all options. And I can't continue with Google either, because if I can't continue with Google without like it just asks you to sign into your account anyways. What's the point of signing in with Google? That's annoying. Alright, I guess forgot your password. It takes like 2 hours to download. What if he showed his password? Well, then I guess you guys would see my password. That's what would happen. Reset password. New password. Okay. Date of birth. Okay, so now that I have successfully logged in, Fortnite. Download. Huh. Look at that, it's already done. Oh wow, Zach is 38. I mean, yeah, I know. I try not to think about that. But if Zach was a Fortnite skin, oh man. Zach is. I guess I want to Zach is exactly 25 years older than me. Ouch! Ouch! Oh, that hurts to think about. But whatever. I plan to live forever, you know. So I mean, 38's gonna be nothing. Soon I'm gonna be like 5,000 years older than people. But yeah. Yeah, so looks like this is about ready. Yeah, Zach will drink the Slurm potion at 3 a.m. Yes! Dang it, freaking... Anyway. Dang, he's old. Yep. I'm like just an old geezer over here. Yada yada yada. Dang, it really just will not stop prompting me to say yes to stuff. Very annoying. HMB says, by the way, Zach, you haven't read some stuff I said. How much did your mic and camera cost? Oh, I'm sorry. How much did my mic and camera cost? And like, I don't know. I like don't care as much about that stuff since like I guess just having like a full-time job, it's like if I want to buy myself something like it's $50, I'll be just like okay. I'll just buy it. I don't even care how much money it is. I mean, I'll care if it's like $3,000, then I'll be like all right. Now I like that's a bit steep for me. But if it's like less than $100, you know, I don't care, you know. Pickerdoodle Production says it's been a while since you said you were gonna get off. Yeah. Story of my life. Story of my life. Sure, let's add Steam. That's me. Zach needs to play Goat Simulator. Do I need to play Goat Simulator? Well, I guess that is true. I don't know what it's like to be a goat, so like I guess that would be a good thing to play to find out once and for all. HMB says, guys, is $69 a good mic? I've heard good ones cost $300, but I think $69 is a lot. I have no idea. I'm not like... Well, this one is not a $300 mic. So, like, I don't remember how much it is, but it's not $300. Let's, In fact, I probably bought it on Amazon. I wonder if I can, like, check my history and see how much it is. Where's orders? Mic. These are not microphones. There we go. Much better. Yeah, so this... Is this that one? This was ordered on March 20, and this is on November 2022. So this is this one. So let's see. $30. $30 for this. The old one was... If it would load... HMV says, oh, it's like $30. Oh, dang, I predicted exactly right. Nice call, HMV. Yeah. I mean, if you want to get something better than this, I mean, I guess you're just going to have to do research. I can't help you there. Sadly, I am not a pro YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination. This one was $62. And it was not the greatest. That was the old one. This is not the camera. This is my old camera. The better camera, let's see, webcam. This one. This is the one that, this is this one that I'm using right now. Like, hi, that is this camera, Razer Kiyo Pro, and that was $96. Dang. That's expensive. Why'd I buy that? My goodness. What do you guys think? Does it look good? Is it worth $96? And Jimmy says, I would say a webcam is worth $20. Nope. No siree, Bob. Yeah. I don't know. It does look like a little fuzzy, but I think that's just like the light in here. I don't know. It's not worth the price? Oh, you think my webcam is bad? You insult my webcam, bro? I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. It looks like my iPad 3 camera, which is almost as old as me. Well, iPhone and iPad cameras are good, right? Like, I mean, I think we're getting to the point where cameras are just so good that, that even just stuff in phones and iPads are just good on their own, you know, like, yeah. Oh no, evil's yes. I should start like a second channel that's just Evil Zach, like, you know, like how Pinely did Evil Pinely, you know. I should like I don't know. But yeah. Zach also needs to play GoldenEye 007. I used to play GoldenEye when I was like 12. You guys, I didn't have it. I just played it at friends' houses, and it was pretty fun. I didn't love it. I was like all my friends did love it. I was like the only one who didn't love it, and not because I have anything wrong with it. It just isn't like my cup of tea for some reason. Just like not my kind of game. But I do enjoy playing it though. It is fun, you know. But it's just like I don't like. You know, I was never like, if somebody says like, ooh, let's play GoldenEye, I was never the guy who was like, oh my god, yes, you know, like I was just like, okay, you know. HMB says that game's so old. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It was fun. Super nostalgic now. Pickadoodle says I play with my brother and sister. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to put this on this side of my face so it looks like I'm looking at it. Yeah. I have lots of tips to prove your audio before you end the stream. Oh, yeah? Like what? Why? Is my audio bad? Okay, first you have to download Audacity. It'll only take 2 minutes. I'm familiar, I have Audacity in my work computer. Why? What does Audacity do for you? I thought that was just like a sound editing thing. Isn't that what it is? I've used it a very little bit. Audacity. What is the benefit of Audacity? Anyway. It improves the bass of your voice and removes any background noise. So what? Like, is that for like editing videos or is that for streams as well? Can you download it? Well, I don't feel like downloading more stuff right now. I think I've messed around with passwords long enough for one evening. But Yeah, like let me know what the benefits are. It makes my audio so much better, aka makes me not sound like a 5-year-old. Well, fair enough. But like, does it like? I mean, I guess my one thing is like, does it add a whole nother like? Is it another thing I have to do? You know, before editing. Well, you can't do it live. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a good tip, though. Like maybe I should do some audio stuff. Like I don't know. But do you think like I don't know, is my audio bad enough that like improving my audio would really like make that much of a difference for the channel? I know that was the case to begin with, because in the beginning of the channel the audio was really bad and it was like noticeable. But is it like, because like, you know, I don't need to have like perfect audio, it's just like, I guess any improvement is a help, but you know, I mean, like I think there's like a certain level like above which, you know, the human ear can't really tell the difference that well. I don't know if I'm like at that level or below it, you know, because if I was at that level, then improving the audio further wouldn't really help the channel grow too much. So I don't know. Pickadoodle says Zach needs to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because he has some Zelda stuff in the background. Yeah, actually I have played Breath of the Wild and I've beaten Breath of the Wild and it's a lot of fun. I'm like, listen, I'm a big Zelda fan. I like every single Zelda game that comes out, I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna beat it, and I'll at least make an effort to like more or less beat it to the max. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom I did not beat to the max because or like I beat them to the max as close as I was gonna do, because like I did I got all the shrines. Like in Tears of the Kingdom I got all the caves and all the, you know, I basically beat it to the max. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't like get every single Korok, because I'm sorry, there's too many. There's too many. But yeah. Fun games. HMB says, wait, you're saying I sound like a 5-year-old? No! You said that. I didn't say that. HMB says, well, obviously the worse the audio is, the more the difference is. True. Audacity improves my audio, and your mic is 3 times cheaper. Well, fair point. Well, but monetary price doesn't necessarily translate to like how good it is, right? Like, I mean, not saying mine is better than yours or anything. I'm just saying that like, is it good enough on its own that like when you just hear me doing a video, you don't go like, oh wow, bad audio, you know? Like it, like you just hear a guy talking, right? Like, is it like, would you say it's that, or yeah, like I guess that's what my question. Because Alyssa Zach was born in 1800. Sure feels like it sometimes. HB says, well, hearing your voice right now makes me think it's cheaper than my mic. Okay. Excuse me. It might be because I pumped the volume up. I don't know why it's so unsensitive. They were saying the volume was like hard to hear. Wait. Mike is getting from the correct thing, right? Yeah. Razer Kiyo Pro. Okay. But I can't tell your mic is bad if it's in a video. Okay, so then, yeah, that makes me think, like, it's probably just the OBS settings right now, and in a video, if it's fine, then I don't really care that much. Or at least, like, I do want to improve it, but only if it's not like too much effort every time. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not because OBS. It's just your mic. Well, then why can't you tell in the videos? Because I use the same mic in the... Well, I guess not all of them. Like the ones that I do on the floor where I'm like showing PCGs, those I do with my iPhone. That's just my iPhone's mic. But the ones that I do where I'm, you know, video essays or whatever, like the Canon video, that was here. Because there's music in videos. Pickadoodle says I want a Nintendo Switch game called Zack Paper Computer Game Creator. I'd play it. We should like start a Kickstarter, and yeah, that's what we should do. We should just like start a Kickstarter and like raise like $100,000. You know, obviously each member of the community would have to contribute like $10,000 for that to happen, but we'd raise like $100,000 and just pay like indie game designers to create a full paper computer games game. And we wouldn't tell them how to do it. We would just be like, hey, research the PCG universe and make a game about this. Go. And the mic still isn't the greatest. All right. So what you're saying is I need to get a new mic, is what you're saying, HMB. Perhaps. I mean, no. Or I guess, well, I guess you're saying Audacity, but that's more editing work, though. Like, I can barely get myself to do the editing that I do. Dang it. I'll try it out. I'll see how much work it is. You are raising a good point. Yeah, like HMB, like just tell me in Discord like what things I should do in Audacity to make the audio better. Like just send me a list and I'll try it. No, it's simple because with normal editing you need to use your brain. All right. Okay, so it is you have some steps you need to do on Audacity and that's it. Okay. All right. So easy. All right. I gotcha. It is fully 1 a.m. and sorry for spamming. It's all right. And I think it is as good a time as any to end the stream. But thank you guys so much for joining. PCG later. This was very fun. Heck yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Pickadoodle says I'm going to bed. Hope y'all have a great day tomorrow for real this time. You as well. I was supposed to be working on my video. Ah, shoot. sorry to mess up your flow. Alright, well, have a great night, you guys. PCG later.